your dad and you also self-published. One thing I wanted to ask, because I meant to ask this before, what's the advantage to self-publishing as opposed to going the other direction, having other people publish it? Because people ask me stuff like that all the time. My books have always been self-published.
Well, this is the work that I've seen my father do and be successful at it.
You never know that any other way.
Right? So I mean, there are some differences, but of course, as you know, being a self-publisher, you're doing all of the work. All the work, all the work.
But you get all the resources.
You get all.
Right. I like that part.
You get the kickback, but for those who choose not to self-publish, maybe because they don't have the time. Yeah. A publishing company would, obviously help edit the book, and work on the cover.
But you guys do everything in house.
We do everything in house, and we, have people that we are, have good relationships with, that we trust, and our skills to help us get these products out.
And that's important. It really is.
And actually, if I can give a shout out to Paul Coates and Black Classic Press,
Baltimore,
who printed.
Yes. He did. Wow. Oh man, that's wonderful. Yeah, because he's been out there a long time. Yeah, and his son is what's his son name? Ta-Nehisi Coates. Yes, Black Classic Press has been around a long time. They published a lot of classic scholarly books by black scholars, such as Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, and also they published my good friend, the poet Leonie Mataka as well. Shout out to Leonie, love you, girl. I'd like to share this piece and get your reaction to it. It's simply entitled Chocolate Rainbow, Shades of Black. Black, white, brown, red, yellow, tan. All shades of the rainbow come from the original man. The missing link to what we as a people lack is loving who we are in all shades of black. Mocha, sepia, sable, red bones, cinnamon, mahogany, pearl. Children of the sun living in the color-struck world. Whatever shades of ebony to ivory you might be, black is black. I am you and you are me. You can't possess the soul essence of somebody else. So to love and know who you are is to be yourself. Beyond the shackles of our sick, color-struck shame, as a people we are all colored one and the same. The one-drop rule will always undervalue and demean the wannabes, the jigaboos, and every shade in between. Black on black love is so powerful validation, despite our brand bag, blue vein indoctrination. Inter-race prejudice, preference, and pride are reflections of a past that cannot be denied. As a human rainbow with the wind at our back, the power of self-respect comes in all shades of black. Honey brown, peanut butter, vanilla chocolate, copper tone, cocoa maple, nocturnal rose, grape and brick house brownstone. Whatever shade of ebony to ivory you might be, black is black. I am you and you are me. From ruby red brown to a black walnut pecan, lemon strawberry peach tan to a beach sand colored tan. The missing link to what we as a people lack is loving who we are in all shades of black. Chocolate rainbow.
All right. And as you were reading that and with the first poem that you read, the first thing that I began to think about is people who far too often say, and it's normally non-African people, who say, I don't see color. As a way to
biggest lie.
To suggest that they don't have a racist bone or racist tendencies, and so that statement has always bothered me.
Yeah, I'm offended by
it. But some people don't know why that is an offensive statement. Because
yes.
I genuinely think that when individuals say that, I don't think that they're being malicious, but this is their way of acknowledging that the color of your skin does not determine how I treat you. And so I think it's important to distinguish that between saying I don't see color, because the color defines who I am. That's a part of who I am. Yes, that's part of who I am. Of who I am.
So how do I not deny that? Exactly. I remember Frances Wilson, Dr. Wilson, telling us one time she was in school in Ohio years ago, and she said she was with some friends, some white friends, and they were having lunch in the cafeteria, and she was eating some rice or peas or something, and she said, one of the white young ladies said to her, "Well, gee, Frances, you're so different. I don't really see you as colored." And she thought that was a compliment. In other words, you're all right, but something wrong with the rest of your people. I mean, that kind of thing.
But that, I mean, that only speaks to her conditioning or socialization.
Yes, the way she's been.
And we have to remind ourselves that Black people or African people are not the only people who have been miseducated. People of all cultures and races have been miseducated, not just about who they are, but about who other races are.
It's been a double-edged sword that cut both ways, and we think it just cut this way. No, it affects everybody. It affects people on the inside.
You know, it's funny. A couple of years ago, when I was preparing for a presentation in California, and I knew that, or I had an idea that the majority of the students were going to be non-African, and so I wanted to find something to kind of bring it all together. And I happened to come across this, I think it was a Twitter image, or an image that was on Twitter, and it was of two young Caucasian girls who were reading my very first book.
Oh, really?
And so, the tagline, it was something about, we all need to know about African history. And so this white woman had purchased a copy of my book for her nieces, because she understood the importance of everybody knowing about the truth about African history and culture.
Wow.
So I shared that image.
That surprised you?
It did surprise me, because of course most of the people in the audiences in which I'm speaking, they look like me. And of course, every once in a while we do have non-African people, and of course, there's nothing, like I said earlier, this is information that we all could benefit from. But I do believe it's important to help our people first. We can't help anybody else until we help ourselves.
It's interesting you say that, because the presidential candidate, Michael Bloomberg, I was reading the paper early this week where he was saying he didn't know anything about Black Tulsa, the race riots in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. And I was thinking to myself, how could he know? How could he not? But maybe he really doesn't know. But I was just like, wow, I've known about that for years. But then again, there's some of our people who don't know either. So that makes this information that you're talking about and that you're sharing and that your dad shared and many other scholars share all the more important. All the more important. So let me say something about my own book, brand new book from Poet Dan Queen, and it's simply entitled The Book of Tributes, and on the cover is my late mentor, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson. Of course, you can get it anywhere where books are sold, or of course you can get it through PayPal. You can also get it through Cash App. And you can also get it from me directly, 202-251-7743, and simply entitled The Book of Tributes. And let me share this piece here, the namesake of the show, and it's simply entitled Color Me Poetry, and this is part 2. I am the language of love and the key of life. I am a way of words in times of sorrow and strife, for I am poetry. Color me the native sun that I can't be set apart. Color me the poetry of the soul straight from the heart. Color me poetry. I am fantasy, fiction, and fact. Color me the shadow and the act, for I am poetry. Color me low to high and high to low. I am the dark symphony of the unsung hero. Color me the undercurrents in America's mainstream. I am like a ripple on the pond in the all-American dream. Yet I too sing America. Color me Othello the Moor. I am the soul of black folk, the spook who's set by the door. Color me poetry. I am for my people a portrait of pride. Color me the Negro who speaks of rivers deep down inside. For I am poetry. Let us lift every voice and sing of black and unknown bards of long ago. Color me a song in spite of myself that all the world might know. Color me poetry, for I am poetry. Atlantis Browder, with sister, we've been certainly enjoying you being with us for the second time.
Yes.
And sharing your wonderful knowledge of your own books, and particularly your new book. Your new book again is entitled Reflections of My First Trip Out. Y'all go out and get that book. Please do. Once again, how can we get in touch with you, and how can we get the book?
Yes, to purchase any of our materials, or to bring us out to come and speak at a school, church, or community center, we can be reached through our website, ikg-info.com. Again, ikg-info.com, or you can contact us directly at 301 853-2465.
Once again, we've been talking with Atlantis Browder. She's an Egyptologist, she's an author, she's a teacher, and she's the daughter of the great Tony Browder as well. Famed, of course, the Browder Files. And the Browder File came out in 1989. Ooh, that's like 30-some years. Ooh, I'm a baby then. Yes, but we ask that you buy all of these books and share them with the family. And we thank you, sister, for coming and sharing with us here again on Color Me Poetry. We're looking forward to you coming back. And we know that you're going to be successful with all of this and also with the project in Africa, the ASA. Give me the name again.
The ASA
Restoration Project. Because you've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
James Brown would say, y'all been doing the do. You haven't just talk about it, but doing the do, straight up.
Absolutely.
Okay? And I thank you, sister, for coming and sharing with us here on Color Me Poetry. I'm Danny Queen. This is Color Me Poetry. And until next time, Color Me Poetry. I am, I can, and I will. Love, peace, poetry. I'm out.